Greens Netrunners, and today we're looking at the next data pack in the Mumbad cycle, Salsette Island. And we'll start with the runner cards. First we have the Anarchs, and we have Making an Entrance. It's a 0 cost event priority, which means you have to play it as your first click. But if you do, you get to look at the top 6 cards of your stack. You may trash only of those cards and arrange the rest in any order. So handy for digging through to the cards you need, and if you've got abilities to get things out of your trash, you can use this card to get them in there and then get them out again. Next we have Salsette Slums. A resource, cost 2, location CD. Once per turn, when you pay the trash cost on an accessed card, remove that card from the game instead of trashing it. So if you know the corp's got ways to bring the stuff back from its archives, you can make sure you can get rid of it for good with this. Next we have the Criminals, and we have Exclusive Party. Event, cost of 0, and draw 1 card and gain 1 credit for each copy of Exclusive Party in your heap. And this is one of those cards where you can have up to 6 of them in your deck. So every time you pay this card, you're going to draw a card and you get a credit for each one of these you already played this game. So if you're on the 6th one, you're drawing 1 card and gaining 6 credits. So that's really, really good. I can see this being used a lot. I'm certainly planning to put it into my criminal decks. Next we have Diva, the latest Diva card, cost of 6, memory cost of 1, Icebreaker AI Diva. It has 1 credit, break ice subroutine on a piece of ice with exactly 1 subroutine. 1 credit to +1 strength, and 2 credits to swap Diva with a Diva program from your grip. So like the other ones, it allows you to swap between them. Next we have the shapeone Brahmin. Cost of 4, memory cost of 2, and you'll soon see why. 1, break up to 2 ice subroutines, that's any kind of ice subroutine. And 2 credits, you get +1 strength. Whenever an encounter with a piece of ice in which you use Brahmin to break a subroutine ends, add 1 installed non-virus program to the top of your stack. Now that's the downside. For a cost of 4 and 2 memory costs, it's not too good, but a strength of 3 and able to break 2 ice subroutines, that's fairly good. So the downside is, of course, that you now have to return programs to the top of your stack. But if you've got a little cheap or 0 cost one, you can just keep putting back out again whenever you draw it. And this is a fine card to use, and I certainly will be looking into using it in my shaper decks. Next we have Patron. Cost of 3. Resource connection. When your turn begins, you may choose a server. The first time you make a successful run on that server, this turn, instead of accessing cards, draw 2 cards. Now, the reason that's good is that you can pick an empty remote server, or you can pick archives, something that they're not going to defend because they don't think they've got a reason to, and you can just keep doing that. You can do this and get 2 cards. Just that. So it's a brilliant way just to get the extra card draw. And next, speaking of card draw, we have Sports Hopper. It's a cost of 3, gives you +1 link strength, and a lot of things do that for cheaper cost, but here's the good bit. Trash it and you get to draw 3 cards, so it's giving you the link strength, and if you really need it, you can suddenly get a load of card draw just for trashing it, don't even have to click. And finally, for the neutral cards, we have Bizarre. Cost of 1, and location Ritzy. Whenever you install a piece of hardware from your grip, you may install another copy of that hardware from your grip, paying all costs. Now this is very handy with all the new consumer grade hardware that's been coming out in this series, where you've got like 6 copies in your deck. This allows you to get 2 of them into play at once, and then you can do another 2 next turn, just to get them out that bit faster and get the effects better. Right, that's all for this time, Netrunners, and the next time we'll be looking at the corp cards from this set. See you next time.